നമസ്കാരം. മോക്ക് ടെസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ പുതിയ എപ്പിസോഡിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് തൊഴിൽ വിധിയിലെ ലാബ് അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് എക്സാം പ്രാക്ടീസ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ്. ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ നമ്പർ 1. മോസ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റേബിൾ ഫോം ഓഫ് കാർബൺ. മോസ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റേബിൾ ഫോം ഓഫ് കാർബൺ. ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ഗ്രാഫൈറ്റ്, ഓപ്ഷൻ ബി ഡയമണ്ട്, ഓപ്ഷൻ സി ഗ്രാഫീൻ, ഓപ്ഷൻ ഡി ഫുളിറിൻ. മോസ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റേബിൾ ഫോം ഓഫ് കാർബൺ. Option A graphite. Most stable form of carbon is graphite. Chemical name of wood spirit. Chemical name of wood spirit. Option A methanol, option B ethanol, option C butanol, option D nitinol. Chemical name of wood spirit. Option A methanol. Chemical name of wood spirit is methanol. Chemical name of bleaching powder is option A calcium chloride, option B calcium hypochlorite, option C calcium chlorohypochlorite, option D calcium bichloride. Chemical name of bleaching powder is option B calcium hypochlorite. Chemical name of bleaching powder is calcium hypochlorite. Next, what is the total magnification if the eyepiece is 10x and objective lens is 40x? What is the total magnification if the eyepiece is 10x and objective lens is 40x? Option A 50 times bigger, option B 40 times bigger, option C 500 times bigger, option D 400 times bigger. The correct answer is option D 400 times bigger. What is the total magnification if the eyepiece is 10x and objective lens is 40x? Then answer is 400 times bigger. Next, the test used to detect CSF protein. The test used to detect CSF protein. Option A Pandy's test, option B Hayes test, option C Hart's test, option D Smith's test. The test used to detect CSF protein. Option A Pandy's test. The test used to detect CSF protein, Pandy's test. First antibody secreted by the adaptive immune system in response to a foreign antigen. First antibody secreted by the adaptive immune system in response to a foreign body. Option A IgG, option B IgM, option C IgE, option D IgA. First antibody secreted by the adaptive immune system in response to a foreign antigen. Option B IgM. IgM is the first antibody secreted by the adaptive immune system in response to a foreign antigen. Which of the following is used for cutting frozen sections? Which of the following is used for cutting frozen sections? Option A rocking microtome, option B cryostat, option C rotary microtome, option D vibrating microtome. Which of the following is used for cutting frozen sections? Option B cryostat. Cryostat is used for cutting frozen sections. Next, cell known as young or juvenile RBC. Cell known as young or juvenile RBC. Option A orthochromatic normoblast, option B reticulocytes, option C polychromatic normoblast, option D none of these. Cell known as young or juvenile RBC is reticulocytes. Reticulocytes known as young or juvenile RBC. Next question. Nuclear stain used in routine histopathology examination. Nuclear stain used in routine histopathology examination. Option A hemotoxylin, option B eosin, option C methylene blue, option D Bismarck brown. Nuclear stain used in routine histopathology examination. Option A. Hemotoxylin. Hemotoxylin is used as nucleus chain in routine histopathology examination. Next, normal blood cholesterol level. Normal blood cholesterol level. Option A 150 to 200. Option B 250 to 300. Option C 250 to 280. Option D 270 to 300. Normal blood cholesterol level is 150 to 200. Normal blood cholesterol level is 150 to 200. 11th question. Volume of ACD solution used to collect 100 ml of blood. Volume of ACD solution used to collect 100 ml of blood is option A 50 ml, option B 20 ml, option C 35 ml, option D 25 ml. Volume of ACD solution used to collect 100 ml of blood is option A 50 ml. Volume of ACD solution used to collect 100 ml of blood is 15 ml. Next, Niemann-pick disorder is due to disturbance in. Niemann-pick disorder is due to disturbance in option A lipid metabolism, option B carbohydrate metabolism, option C protein metabolism, option D mineral metabolism. Niemann-pick disorder is due to disturbance in option A lipid metabolism. Niemann-pick disorder is due to disturbance in lipid metabolism. Next question. Color of neutrophil granules under Leishman staining. Color of neutrophil granules under Leishman staining. Option A pink, option B red, option C orange, option D lilac. Color of neutrophil granules under Leishman staining. Option D lilac. Color of neutrophil granules under Leishman staining. Option D lilac. Next, which hormone enhances cholesterol synthesis? Which hormone enhances cholesterol synthesis? Option A thyroxine, option B insulin, option C epinephrine, option D glucagon. Which hormone enhances cholesterol synthesis? The answer is option A thyroxine. Which hormone enhances cholesterol synthesis? Thyroxine hormone enhances cholesterol synthesis. Next question. Depth of fuchs Rosenthal counting chamber is counting chamber is option A 0.01, option B 0.2, option C 0.1, option D 0.4. Answer is option B 0.2. Depth of fuchs Rosenthal counting chamber is 0.2. Next, aerobic bacteria that require low oxygen tension to grow is known as option A obligate anaerobics, option B facultative anaerobes, option C microaerophilic, option D carboxyphilic. Aerobic bacteria that require low oxygen tension to grow is known as option C microaerophilic. Aerobic bacteria that require low oxygen tension to grow is known as option C microaerophilic. Who discovered and described the blood groups classification? Who discovered and described the blood groups ABO classification? Option A Karl Landsteiner, option B Otto Warburg, option C Karl Hooper, option D none. Karl Landsteiner. Karl Landsteiner discovered and described the blood groups ABO classification. Next, concentration of saline used in blood bank. Concentration of saline used in blood bank. Option A 0.85% NaCl, option B 2.95% NaCl, option C 2% NaCl, option C 0.17% NaCl. Concentration of saline used in blood bank is 0.85% NaCl. 0.87% NaCl. An emulsion is a colloid of option A gas in a liquid, liquid in liquid, C. Liquid in gas. Option D. Gas in solid. An emulsion is a colloid of option B. Liquid in liquid. An emulsion is a colloid of liquid in liquid. An emulsion is a colloid of liquid in liquid. Next, which of those immunoglobulin classes is mainly found in external secretions? Which of those immunoglobulin classes is mainly found in external secretions? Option A, IgA. Option B, IgM. Option C, IgD. Option D, IgE. Option A, IgA. A compound that acts as both reducing and oxidizing agent is option A, H2SO4, option B, H2O2, option C, KMnO4, option D, none of these. A compound that acts as both reducing and oxidizing agent is option B, H2O2. H2O2 acts as both reducing and oxidizing agent. Next question. Which of the following is used as preservative for foodstuff? Which of the following is used as preservative for foodstuff? Option A, sodium benzoate. Option B, glycerin. Option C, picric acid. Option D, boric acid. Which of the following is used as preservative for foodstuff? Option A, sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate is used as preservative for foodstuff. Which of the following state is not formed during sublimation? Which of the following state is not formed during sublimation? Option A, liquid. Option B, gas. Option C, solid. Option D, none of these. Which of the following state is not formed during sublimation is liquid. Nitric acid is produced by option A, Solvay process, option B, contact process, option C, Oswald process, option D, chloralkali process. Nitric acid is produced by option C, Oswald process. Nitric acid is produced by Oswald process. Next, synthetic human hair wings are made from a copolymer of vinyl chloride and acrylonitrile and is known as option A, polyacrylonitrile, option B, cellulose, option C, PVC, option D, dinyl. Synthetic human hair wings are made from a copolymer of vinyl chloride and acrylonitrile and is known as option D, dinyl. Synthetic human hair wings are made from a copolymer of vinyl chloride and acrylonitrile and is known as dinyl. Next, Hall's method is used to stain. Hall's method is used to stain option A, melanin, option B, malarial pigment, option C, lipofuscin, option D, bilirubin. Hall's method is used to stain option D, bilirubin. Option D, bilirubin. Hall's method is used to stain bilirubin. Next, Bachman skin test is used for. Bachman skin test is used for option A, hydatid disease, option B, trichinosis, option C, tiniasis, option D, trichuriasis. Bachman skin test is used for option B, trichinosis. Bachman skin test is used for trichinosis. Next, test for the detection of bile pigment in urine is option A, Fuchs test, option B, Hayes test, option C, Rothera's test, option D, Benedict's test. Test for the detection of bile pigment in urine is option A, Fuchs test. Test for the detection of bile pigment in urine is Fuchs test. Next, lipid from tissues are transported to liver by option A, LDL, option B, HDL, Option C, VLDL. Option D, IDL. Lipid from tissues are transported to liver by option B, HDL. Lipid from tissues are transported to liver by HDL. Which of the following is a gram-negative bacilli? Which of the following is a gram-negative bacilli? Option A, Streptococcus. Option B, E. coli. Option C, Clostridium tetani. Option D, diphtheria bacilli. Which of the following is a gram-negative bacilli? Option B, E. coli. E. coli is a gram-negative bacilli. Next, capsule of Cryptococcus is demonstrated using option A, grams iodine, option B, India ink, option C, LPCB, option D, Leishman stain. Capsule of Cryptococcus is demonstrated using option B, India ink. Capsule of Cryptococcus is demonstrated using India ink. Next question. Bacteria growing at temperature below 20 degrees Celsius are known as option A, mesophiles, option B, thermophiles, option C, psychrophiles, option D, capnophiles. Bacteria growing at temperature below 20 degrees Celsius are known as option C, psychrophiles. Bacteria growing at temperature below 20 degrees Celsius are known as psychrophiles. Next, a suction device used to drop liquid. A suction device used to drop liquid. Option A, volumetric flask. Option B, beaker. Option C, graduated cylinder. Option D, safety bulb. A suction device used to draw up liquid is option D, safety bulb. A suction device used to draw up liquid, safety bulb. Option D, safety bulb. Next question. Culture method prepared by flooding the surface of culture plate with a liquid culture or suspension of bacterium by pipetting of the excess inoculum and incubating the plate. Culture method prepared by flooding the surface of culture plate with a liquid culture or suspension of bacterium by pipetting of the excess inoculum and incubating the plate. Option A, stroke culture. Option B, lawn culture. Option C, stad culture. Option D, streak culture. The answer is option B, lawn culture. Culture method prepared by flooding the surface of culture plate with a liquid culture or suspension of bacterium by pipetting of the excess inoculum and incubating the plate is lawn culture. Platelet concentrates are often used to treat. Platelet concentrates are often used to treat. Option A, thrombocytopenia. Option B, hemolytic anemia. Option C, multiple myeloma. Option D, none of these. The platelet concentrates are often used to treat. Option A, thrombocytopenia. Thrombocytopenia. Platelet concentrates are often used to treat thrombocytopenia. Minimum time duration for bone decalcification. Minimum time duration for bone decalcification. Option A, 24 hours. Option B, 12 hours. Option C, 72 hours. Option D, 8 hours. Minimum time duration for bone decalcification. Option A, 24 hours. Minimum time duration for bone decalcification. Option A, 24 hours. Next, cross infection occurring in hospital is known as option A, focal infection. Option B, subclinical infection. Option C, nosocomial infection. Option D, none of these. Cross infection occurring in hospital is known as option C, nosocomial infection. Nosocomial infection. Cross infection occurring in hospital is known as nosocomial infection. Next, which of the following enzyme is a sensitive marker of alcoholic liver disease? Which of the following enzyme is a sensitive marker of alcoholic liver disease? Option A, alkaline phosphatase. Option B, alanine transaminase. Option C, aspartate transaminase. Option D, gamma glutamyl transferase. Option D, gamma glutamyl transferase. Which of the following enzyme is a sensitive marker of alcoholic liver disease? Gamma glutamyl transferase. Stain used in electron microscopy sections. Stain used in electron microscopy sections. Option A, mercury chloride. Option B, silver nitrate. Option C, gold chloride. Option D, uranyl acetate. Stain used in electron microscopy section. Option D, uranyl acetate. Uranyl acetate. Stain used in electron microscopy sections, uranyl acetate. Next, test used to detect Salmonella typhimurium. Test used to detect Salmonella typhimurium. Option A, Ames test. Option B, Carini test. Option C, histidine test. Option D, Weil Felix test. Test used to detect Salmonella typhimurium. Option A, Ames test. Next, factor that affects blood collection includes. Factor that affects blood collection includes. Option A, angle of needle. Option B, posture. Option C, tourniquet application. Option D, all the above. Answer, all the above. Factor that affects blood collection includes all the above: angle of needle, posture, tourniquet application. Next, most important function of platelets. Most important function of platelets. Option A, phagocytosis. Option B, oxygen transport. Option C, blood coagulation. Option D, bilirubin transport. Most important function of platelet is option C, blood coagulation. Most important function of platelet, blood coagulation. Next question. Volume of oxygen carried by 1 gram hemoglobin. Volume of oxygen carried by 1 gram hemoglobin. Option A, 1.34 liter. Option B, 1.39 milliliter. Option C, 0.34 ml. Option D, 100 ml. Volume of oxygen carried by 1 gram hemoglobin. Option B, 1.39 ml. 1.39 ml. Volume of oxygen carried by 1 gram hemoglobin, 1.39 ml. On standing, pH of urine. Option A increases. Option B decreases. Option C remains same. Option D becomes neutral. On standing, pH of urine increases. On standing, pH of urine increases. Most specific renal parameter is dash. Option A, urea. Option B, creatinine. Option C, sodium. Option D, SGPT. Most specific renal parameter is option B, creatinine. Most specific renal parameter is creatinine. Next question. The ciliate parasite of humans is option A, Endamoeba gingivalis. Option B, Nigleria fowleri. Option C, Balandidium coli. Option D, none of these. The ciliate parasite of humans is option C, Balandidium coli. The ciliate parasite of humans is Balandidium coli. The last question. The hormone which is produced by kidney for the synthesis of RBC. The hormone which is produced by kidney for the synthesis of RBC. Option A, renin. Option B, pepsin. Option C, urea. Option D, erythropoietin. The answer is option D, erythropoietin. The hormone which is produced by kidney for the synthesis of RBC, erythropoietin.